All right. Day 31, 40. At this point in time, it's just getting boring. Not that I'm into it. A lot less like, oh, I wish I could eat, which is like purely out of wanting like the habit, right? You look at food and you're like, oh, yeah, I'd eat that. Just boredom. Like, dang, man. Like sometimes you're like, oh, I could eat. I've said this before. You realize how much you do eat out of boredom, even if you're not a you don't got a problem. It's like if I have the impulse to eat when I'm not hungry, and I'm doing this fast where I'm being strict about that, how much am I eating when I'm not hungry when I'm not fasting? Right? And I think a lot of people are only aware of not eating when they are hungry, not the reverse. Just something to think about. Um, yeah, bored off my socks. Today was the first day someone actually was like, "Hey, you should like break your fast." Um, I'm like, "No, I'm first off, I'm too close to the end. I knew I was going to start hearing it around this time, where it was like, no, I'm way too close to the end. At 32 days, well, we're not even done with 31, but coming up on the 32nd day, that's the longest month in the. No, 31 is. 32 days is more than the longest month. Uh, no, 32 days is the longest month, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm an idiot. So coming up on that, so we'll have actually fasted for a month, and it's just 8 days, right? I've already done that 4 times, so it'll be nothing. And then if I do go to 1,000 hours, which will be like 1,016 realistically, I don't know what my weight is. I have not checked my weight. I'm really hoping I'm in the 120s right now, but with the way my weight loss slowed this last 2 times I checked, I might be sitting there like there's no way I'm still above like 130 and change. But it's like I'm gonna get on that scale. It's gonna be like 125. Sorry, 132.5. Dang, 5 days or whatever it's been since I weighed myself, and I've only lost half a pound. About a pound actually. You can see how thin I'm getting. I'm having to tie my belt now. So the weird thing is, you do still get that pudge like right above the belt line. I don't think that ever goes away. Like, I think that has to do with like adding muscle now to like fill in where that's just how the empty body is shaped with a little bit of just your innards showing. I think that's what that's got to be. Yeah, went to buy spray paint today. Damn, is spray paint expensive, guys? Damn, is all paint expensive. I just needed cheap paint. Cheap paint. And it's like, that was such a hard thing to convey to them. Like, I don't care about the condition. I don't need it to last. I don't care if it's indoor or it's outdoor. I just need cheap paint. Like, the question of, like, I'm pricing here. What is the cheapest paint? The requirement is cheap paint. I know that's like a weird question, right? Like because there's requirements for what your paint is. It's cover up paint, touch up paint. It's got to last 5 minutes. I'm going to throw it away. What if I want to buy paint to pour down the drain? I want it the cheapest because I don't want to pour a bunch of money down the drain, but I want to pour some paint down the drain. Okay, you got to give me a price. I know it's absurd, but it's like the objective is the cheapest paint, nothing else. Anyways, it's 0 calorie, guys. Oh crap, it's caffeinated. A little late for that. Didn't get out and shoot today. It was raining all day, but that's tomorrow. I needed to get a post driver, which I've got my dad's old one. I needed to get a T post, which I think that's my granddad's T post that I have. Put the T post in the ground, drive. Never use a T post driver. That's how they work. Hang my targets and then shoot them, and that should be fun. And then spray paint them, which I don't need good paint when I'm blowing it off with a rifle. Damn it. I don't need the paint that goes on the space shuttle. I don't need paint that can like last in the desert. I need spray paint that sticks to the target and dries and then can be shot off within 5 minutes. I'm cursing a lot. Trying to get these light bulbs fixed, 45 watt, but the threads are weird. I've been through like 4 light bulbs. I got to return some to Lowe's today. I thought I had the right ones. I didn't. Bought lights at Dollar Tree, Dollar General. Dollar Tree. I'm writing them mean letters, by the way. Dollar General. I'm going to write them more mean letters because Dollar Tree is now more expensive than Dollar General. Do you know how absurd that is? Dollar General has one of the highest markups in retail. As I bought the lights at Dollar General, they didn't fit. They looked like they should have. They would have been pretty too. They were like classic. They were like the decorative lights. And they were the like super energy inefficient ones. So you get the nice warm glow, and because this is a basement and it's cold, hot lights don't matter. There's an electricity thing that I love to quote. If you're already heating the space, you can't have an inefficient electronic because inefficiency in electronics comes from heat waste. Heat waste directly offsets centralized heating. Amazing. But it's like one of my favorite science facts. I'm going to do a look see here. Kind of sitting back, which puffed me up a little bit, but about 130 pounds of me, down from 160. 30 pounds loss is not bad, guys. And if I eat right and I stay off alcohol, which I plan to healthily reintroduce alcohol to my life. I'm not against sobriety, but also it's like I don't want to be one of these like people who's scared of alcohol. Like I find listening to people who like really can't deal with it, who stay in that addict mindset of like you can't touch it. I find that way more terrifying than like healthily reintroducing it. Problem is I can't use it as a sleep aid. Like I said, I'm kind of using sleeping pills for a sleep aid unhealthily. Look how thin my arms are. That's the other thing is I am losing muscle. Hopefully it comes back quickly with the gosh darn huge amount of protein I have. Got planning cups. Going to put in tomatoes and peppers soon. So that's nice. I think that's it. I don't think this stream is going to have any quality. I don't think I have the bandwidth for it. But we will see. Was there anything cool I did today? Oh, yeah. I started refilling these little disposable propane tanks. No reason to dispose of them. I might have to throw this one out. I think I messed with the valve too much before I knew how to like actually operate that valve. Either that or I overfilled it. And if I overfilled it, it's been leaking a little bit. And as it's set in the warmer house, the gas has expanded a little bit and pushed on that valve a tiny amount. Got some leaking, which is really not good at all. So this guy may be disposed of if I've damaged that valve. There is no reason to keep one with a damaged valve. It actually smells like when it's like, because I let some propane out of it and some liquid came out. It's usually like if you can smell it strongly, it's a negative odor. But now it's like spicy. And like when it's really faint, I shouldn't be breathing it in. It's like, gosh, it's like a Christmassy smell, almost like a pine. It's like a pine tree in the house. It's probably not that what they were going for. Yeah, I think that valve is a little bit damaged. If it leaks again, I'll just find a way to bleed it and dispose of this one. It's pound of propane. It cost me like $1.20. They're like $6 new right now. I know at Walmart they're like $4.50 because Walmart kills it on everything for price. Even though I try not to use Walmart, but now that they're $1.30, $1.25 to refill, so the $1.50 is closer like $1.30. Takes a couple minutes, and you waste out a certain amount of propane doing it to get them really full. Like this guy, the one that I said might be over full, like that's got some weight to it. This guy, which I did not purge as heavily, I can feel this. This is like half full. There's probably much less in this one. So we'll burn him first. We might even time burning him. But all my bottoms come off. The thing is, these bottoms, you think they would sit flat. They don't. You need this little cup. But the glue on there, they just like put a little glue in there. And that usually holds it. But I think cycling the temperature, when you refill it, it gets cold. And I think that breaks down that adhesive. And it doesn't stick anymore. But this stuff does. This stuff's resilient. And I want to get that off there. I hate that on stuff. I can't stand that. And I tore the labels off so I could tell which ones were used and which ones were refilled. I haven't refilled any with the labels yet. But I'm really considering being a sneaky Pete and refilling the ones with the labels so that it doesn't look like I'm refilling them, which you're not supposed to do at transport. But that feels like libertarian coming out. That feels like I shouldn't have to obey that rule. This stream's been terrible because of the upload rate. I'm sorry. But that's it for tonight.